Tarantino has been an auteur filmmaker, known for his signature style of filmmaking, leaving an indelible mark in cinema. So, when I heard he would only be writing his next film and not directing, I was taken aback. How would that turn out? To top it all, David Fincher will be directing a Tarantino script. I can't wait to see two extremely talented filmmakers, who are so involved in every department of filmmaking, collaborate on a spinoff of one of the most celebrated films of 2019, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Set in the 1960s, which presented an imaginary version of Hollywood when the Tate murders occurred. The movie earned approximately $377 million worldwide. The film is tentatively titled Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2. Here are all the details that'll keep you pumped until the release day. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. First, let's confirm whether it's true or not. It was shocking when Netflix announced they were developing a story based on Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Also, the announcement was made on April Fool's Day, so it was natural to speculate whether it was true. But thankfully, no one's joking about this. It is true. Tarantino's 10-film rule, but will this one count? I don't want it to. Remember when Tarantino mentioned that he wanted to make 10 good films of the best quality, after which he would retire? These 10 films would be the ones he would want to be remembered for after he's gone. His legacy. In 2022, he announced a movie titled Movie Critic that would star Brad Pitt, and most thought this would be Tarantino's final film, but the movie was canceled simply because the filmmaker didn't think the story of Movie Critic would make him leave on a high. Now, as we see, there are no signs of him slowing down, and I wouldn't want him to go out of action ever after his recent announcement. Also, it's Tarantino's prerogative, which would be his final film. For instance, he didn't count Kill Bill Volume 2 in his list, and maybe he won't count Once Upon a Time Hollywood 2. Also, it's hard to digest that Tarantino's last film will be for a streaming platform. Another doubt I have is David Fincher is known for his thrillers and action films, while the story universe of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is more of a comedy. Was he so impressed by Tarantino's pitch to be excited enough to direct? My third doubt is, after Fincher's not so successful outing with Alien 3, Fincher had resolved to direct only originals and movies that are first adaptations. The exception being his directorial The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So him agreeing to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2 again seems an aberration. Nevertheless, I want the movie to happen. Probable plot. When the title of the film was announced, most mistook it to be a sequel, but it's not. The film is rumored to have a new plot, and as previously mentioned, a spinoff. The plot will center around Cliff Booth, the stuntman Brad Pitt played in the original Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It is said that the story will explore the adventures of Cliff Booth, a part of which was revealed in a book released by Tarantino in 2021. The plot will explore Cliff Booth's past, a glimpse of which was shown in a cryptic manner in the original movie that mentioned his wife was murdered. The original film had a feisty ending where Rick Dalton, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, teams up with Cliff Booth to kill the future murderer of Tate with a flamethrower. Keeping this ending in mind, if Booth is a central character, his story could veer in any direction. While Tarantino owns the rights to the characters used in the film, Sony owns the rights to the movie. So the plot will be new and use the same characters. But there's also news that Tarantino has secured the story rights of the earlier film and can make a sequel. I don't know which one is true and can only wait and watch. Will the movie have the same iconic names as the previous one? Except for Brad Pitt, no other names have been confirmed in the cast. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. The casting is as good as the previous one, which starred Leonardo DiCaprio and Margot Robbie. The 2019 film also had 4 casting discoveries, now popular names: Austin Butler, Margaret Qualley, Sydney Sweeney, and Academy Award winner Mikey Madison. I wonder who they might cast this time. With the news we have, one can conclude that the casting is going to be like a big reunion, with Brad Pitt working with Tarantino for the 3rd time and with David Fincher for the 4th time. Brad Pitt will also wear the hat of a producer, and it could be said that Pitt's relationship with both directors made this project happen. Wait, what? A Tarantino film won't have a theatrical release. Since Netflix was developing the movie, it will be financed and released directly on the streaming platform whenever it gets made. Also, being a Netflix exclusive director, David Fincher will helm the director's hat for Tarantino's film, while the latter works on a play and his final film, which Sony may produce. As mentioned earlier, this news further reinforces that Tarantino wouldn't want his swan song to be on a streaming service. It's rumored that the shooting of the film is said to begin in the summer of 2025. Marvelous trivia. Back in the day, when Tarantino was just getting started, around the time he made Reservoir Dogs, he had to let go of two of his scripts, True Romance and Natural Born Killers, which ended up being directed by other people like Oliver Stone and David Veloz. Word is, they changed the scripts a lot. Now that he's open to someone else directing his work again, it makes you wonder if more of his stories could get the green light. Like, he once talked about turning the Lancer character from the Hollywood universe into a film with Robert Rodriguez. And don't forget Bounty Law. He had plans to spin that off into a TV show too. Oh, and there's a play he's written. He even said that if it does well, he might adapt it into a movie, which could end up being his final one. But for now, I'm just hyped about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2. Fingers crossed, it's got Tarantino's stamp on it, even if it's through Fincher. Until then, I'm signing off. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.